What's up, YouTube? This is Cricket Long Jump here. Just deleted all my videos for some odd reason because my phone doesn't decide that it wants to act right. But what we're gonna do is I have built a primitive shelter for y'all, and I am just gonna go through the steps on what I did to build this. It's pretty simple if you're into this kind of survival game, more or less like I am, and you just want to be able to have a basic knowledge of how to build a nice primitive shelter. Okay, so here we go. Here's my site. Location is always key. You want to be able to find a good location that you're going to be able to have barriers and blockage of wind and the weather. Okay, so I picked this location. To me, was the best location. So as you can see, walking into the shelter area here, okay, you got trees over here that kind of block the front area, okay, and then here's the actual shelter itself. Okay, nice, good, solid roof all the way across and down a little bit. This little area just more or less just blockage for everything else, but as you can see, there's hardly any holes in light coming through this shelter roof. Okay, and you got a nice floor, nice area to lay down. You can have a fire pit or whatever, and you can still look out, but you're blocked more than one way. That's what you want to look at. You want to try to be as blocked as much as possible for weather and purposes. But as you can see, the roof is literally one solid sheet of leaves, brushery, green brushery, and then pine needles. And that creates a good solid barrier, just like this one over here. Okay, you got your brushery, and then you just pile them pine needles on. But what I did pretty much is, you see this main support here, kind of wedged in a tree right here, right there. Just kind of comes along here, and I got a fork tree right here. This is the main support right here. That's what's holding this whole thing up. It's kind of a little bit buried in the ground, a little bit, not so much. And then I got some other cross braces coming down from here to kind of create this little pocket right here. And then pretty much what I did, as you can see under here, is I got these long, thick poles that go down the full length of the shelter itself. And then once you get that done, once you have the big, strong, sturdy sticks that are going to be your base, what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to find little bitty ones like this, kind of flexible, you know, and just kind of weave them in and out the best you can. Like I said, every preference is different. This is how I found to do things. It's a lot easier for me to do it. But you just kind of weave them in and out, and just kind of create a good solid roof structure, more or less like kind of rafters, so that way when you do put your brushery and your needles on, there's not really that many holes, and then it kind of grabs and stacks up properly. And then once you do that, you just get you some green leaves. You know, wintertime, there's mostly some kind of plants and trees and shrubs that have green leaves on them. You know, obviously that stuff's gonna die, but you know, for the solid base of it, and then you just kind of stack them on there and create a greenery roof structure, kind of fill in the spaces and fill in the holes the best you can, as much as you can, so that way there's a solid rafter situation there. That way you can stack your leaves and other sticks and twigs, and kind of create some good insulation for when you're in the shelter. That creates a good windfall and a windbreak for you. And I don't know if you can see, but like I said, it's all here. And there's the back of the shelter there. Can't hardly even tell what's there. And so it's completely blocked from any wind coming from this side. But then you still got the open side of all this. And when you're down in it, like I am, laying down, you still have good, solid cover. And then you also got your wind breakage cover there. Okay, so now you got a good little primitive campsite here that you could stay in for long term, and you can always make, you know, and the reason why I picked this area with these trees right here, and right here, this creates more opportunity. You always want to look at what else could I do to make my primitive shelter better. And so you always got to look at that. Now that I have this long support beam going right here, and I also have these trees over here, what could be in turn is I can make a solid structured roof over this whole thing and have a complete roof system just by taking longer poles from here and going straight over to here and tying them up with cordage, or, you know, if you don't have cordage, you have some kind of vine or root systems also work as well as cordage as well. And you just tie up some main support drags coming from here to this tree to the support beam back here, and vice versa to over here to over here. And then you would do the same thing. You would lay stronger sticks on top, layer it back and forth, and then put your brusherie on top, and then cover the same thing and do the same thing over and over again. And that in turn would make you have a good solid roof structure and a roof system. And I might make a video on that later on another day, and just to show you guys what I'm talking about, so that way y'all can see a finished product. But for the most part, this is what I got done here, and this took me all of maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour, give or take. You know, you just gotta want it and want to do it, you know, and it is something that excites me, and everything else. And plus, I just like being in the woods, to be honest with you. It's a beautiful Saturday today, and the weather's not too hot and it's not too cold as well. But like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will post up another video of me trying to get the roof system up. And like I said, I would probably put it from right here and stretch it along this area right here to these trees and create a more solid foundation, so that way this whole little area right here would be completely covered, and then there would be just a little bit of an insert and an inlet coming in. That way you have better insulation. But like I said, for now, I hope you like what I've done here, primitive wise. Like I said, I'm Cricket Lawn Jump. I'll catch you later.